Hola, amigos. Hello, everyone. Hello, new subscribers. As you can tell, the crows follow me. um, so, I want to share this with everyone that I got to. It was actually last night. Lately, I've been getting weird things like symbols, like mandalas. This one, I got sacred geometry for the first time. And what's fascinating about this sacred geometry is if you guys can, oh, it's cool through the camera, I can see. So let's say like this is inside, this is outside on the edge. These are all insides. That's inside. That's an inside. That's an outside. That's an outside. That's an inside. I know the camera helps. Ooh, I can see that better. So what I get is that like I did a little homework because I really don't know what I don't know sacred geometry too well, the meaning and all that jazz. But from what I can tell, I wish my line was better. From what I can tell is that when I did the homework, I read a little bit, and it said that sacred geometry was basically the work of saints and churches and whatnot. Not saying that I'm a saint, but what I'm inferring is that the ancestors or what have you, they are sending a message, anchoring a message of this sacred geometry. And I don't know if this geometry has a lot to do with what's happening, what's coming in right now. Oops. Gonna have to redo this, but it just never ends. And I've never channeled a message where I got sacred geometry. This is my first time, and like I thought I was done, and as soon as I hit record, it's still going. So basically, I think I'm almost done. Almost done, you guys. Okay, so it just looks like these are all different gateways and portals and whatnot. And this says a lot of stuff to me. This says a lot about the ships, the beast system, the diamond. We're going into the fifth density, which is diamond. And then the full retrospect of this here is a prism. So this is the sixth density out here. Everything out here is sixth density. The internal is the fifth. It's constructing itself, but in here is the beast system. It's artificial intelligence. It's manipulation. It's also balance. There's harmony. I see a lot of stuff here. I just never had the gift of transcribing these. And without even realizing, you see like a crescent moon and a sun. So I think there's something about the eclipse. Looks like a star here as well. So a lot of times when you stare at sacred geometry, or this will be an unanchored geometry, which means it's man created. It's me creating it. because I got it through downloads. I got it through channeling messages. I believe it's completed. It's just the oh, here's one. You guys, I had such an awful day today. It's like never ending. That's why I do not appreciate being a Capricorn and my house planet is Saturn. It's just like torture. But then you learn the lessons, you grieve, you get stronger, and then everyone else wants to learn from you. Okay, am I done yet, y'all? That's pretty gnarly. Like, you can see how the cube is being, oh, I kind of get it. I get it. I get what it's telling me. Holy cow. So if you guys haven't heard that today there was a wave, I told you guys. I told you that July 1st, that is 7 plus 1, 2019 comes out to 12. Do the math, everything comes out to 11. Because you have a 3 and an 8. That equals 11. And the thing about it is you don't go 2, because that's, if we were to look at it through Roman numerals, it's a 2. It's a gate. That's what we want to look at, is the gates. You also look at this as the top of pi, right? So whatever ushers in stays here. That's the matrix. But 2 means that, like, it comes in and it's closed. It's not open. Whereas pi, this is ever going, because there's a missing bottom piece. So anyways, I said that there was an 11 day. That means astral gate or portal. If you guys followed my videos from last month, you'll see that I transcribed the definition or the meaning behind the earthquake that was in New Zealand. The word was port. I think the earthquake was the earth responding to this upcoming wave. Now that the wave is here, everyone's talking about, oh, you know, it's hot, heat wave. But it's good because our DNA and everything will have its upgrades. We're going to see a lot of dirt coming out on TV, a lot of scandal. So it's really up to you guys what you choose. Do you want to choose to be mad at politics and everything, or do you want to keep receptive and open to these, pay attention to these dates, you know? And I'll follow through each day with the numbers. That way everyone can know what happens day by day. But I feel this wave, it's very intense, very, very intense. If you can tell by the sun rays. Very intense. Very, very intense. And there are no cloaked objects in the sky. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Like, where did they go? What happened? What's going on? So something must be going on up there. What else do I want to talk to you guys about before I go? I started a dialogue yesterday about the concept of God. And, wow, that was a very... I've never looked at a concept or the thought process. I was one of the people who thought God was a guy who sits above the earth. I really thought that was, you know, he has a throne, and maybe he does. But after I broke it down in a nutshell, we are him. We are part of him. We are the body. And they say the body of Christ and the the head is Jesus or the head is Christ and the body is us, what it means is that I think I had it backwards yesterday. The vine, I mentioned that the veins in the arm, I was like, that's God and we're the blood cells, but it's the opposite way around. I stand corrected that we are the vein and God is in us. It's the bloodstream, it's the cells in the blood. So anyways, I'll let you guys go. I just wanted to show you my sacred geometry that I got. And good luck. It's July is just going to be weird. Today was just such a weird day. I started off in a very miserable, I guess I could share with you guys because everyone who follows me is my friend. Well, I assume everyone's my friend. But yeah, it was my first day going to therapy because channeling messages, meditating, teaching dance, choreographing, performing, and having training for, I'm hoping a promotion. There's just so much going on that I just want to make sure my mind is balanced. But my anxiety has been getting worse each day, and it's not a complaint. It's just, when you're like us and you harvest so much energy. What was that? What was that? Orbs flying. When you harvest so much energy, you have so much chi energy. It's like, So today was that day that I had an appointment to meet with a doctor, and just I have someone to parallel my journey to make sure I stay mentally stable and healthy and check things out and make sure everything's good up there. So, but because my work demand is increasing, I really just needed a counselor for peace of mind. And I think I encourage everybody to, if you have the ability to have that in your life, it's a really good balance. And so I show up in the office and I'm there waiting for an hour. And then come to think of it, when I walked in, the lady, the therapist I was supposed to meet, someone was already in a session. So I thought, oh, maybe I was just late and she just switched me for the later guy. Like me and the patient after me who was scheduled, we got switched. So not only does the therapist dismiss him, but she closes the door. Then she ends up opening her door, locking it. She walked out of the office. And so when she walked out, I couldn't help but just break down and cry. It's kind of crazy because I was so looking forward to finally getting the peace of mind of talking to someone, because it catches up to you when you're trying to wear so many hats at one time. You don't want to lose your marbles, but you just get kind of like exhausted. And I think I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I never had like bags under my eyes this long, or I'm just exhausted. I'm not sleeping well. My ascension process is irritating. But I love it. But when she walked out, I just got really sad, and I cried. I let it out, called my mom put it back together. And then I guess I called the chairperson and I said, look, there's no professionalism with that doctor. She just didn't even give me eye contact. She walked out. So it's just I know that people just don't care. People are probably like me, exhausted and tired, and they don't want to cater to anything that is petty. I certainly don't want to mess with anything that's petty. It's like, get out of here. But long story short, there was a guy who was there. Sorry to God, you guys. There was a guy who was there, and he managed to utilize customer service ability, and he was able to figure out what happened. There was a miscommunication of the emails. And so what's fascinating is, had I been in that appointment with my new therapist, I would have missed out on when this wave kicked off of the sun, because it's been beaming off of what's behind. They say it's the back of the earth is there's a magnetopause responding, but then there's no push pull. It's just push. And the earth usually has its core and it has a pull push, if that makes any sense. But there's only pull. There's no pushing. It's not pushing. So these labor pains that people talk about, like what they say, like the Revelation 12 sign, the labor pains and the birth pains. I think this is it. There's no, like, she hasn't started pushing yet. So who knows what's going to happen in the next few days. But I encourage you guys to stay positive and look at the sky as much as possible. Tomorrow's the solar eclipse, so you might want to look up. Look up around midnight. Carmela, aka Ascending Angel 1111, has a great channel. She had beautiful vision about seeing something in the midnight sky. And that can also mean between midnight and sunrise. Midnight sky just means how the night was from midnight on. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk later. Bye.